Hello, my name is Minecraft Phenom08, and this is episode 19 of my 1 Billion Iron Ingot Challenge in Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I'm going to be going to the end, hopefully killing the Ender Dragon, and setting up a Void Miner there. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set up a teleporter system, that way I can get to the end without having to find the end portal. After, of course, I get there the first time. So let's go ahead and set these two down, these matter transmitters and matter receivers. I do need to give them energy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a basic energy cube and have this be giving both of these energy. It's already configured, as you can see, to be output. And so what we're going to name this is end send, and then this one over here can be end receiver or end rec. So what I need to do now is I need to go to my dialing device and I need to tell the end sender that it needs to send to this receiver right here. And if I hop into it, it will transport me right there. So that's cool. So that is all set up. And so that's pretty fantastic. So the next thing I want to do is I want to enchant a bow to be really, really good. And so I have a bunch of bows enchanted, and actually they're in the basement right here. So I have several of them enchanted, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an anvil here to combine some of the enchantments. So the enchantments that I would like to have on my end bow would be Volley, Infinity, Quick Draw, and Power 5. I'm not sure how far the Quick Draw enchantment goes up, but I would like to see it as high as I could. So let's see. I have Quick Draw and Volley on this one. I also have Quick Draw 2 and Volley on that one. So yes, there is a Quick Draw 3. Volley is apparently only one level, so that's fine. So let me see here. I have 2 with Power 4, so let's try to combine them to get Power 5. So that's pretty fantastic right there. And so there was one more enchantment. Infinity. I need Infinity on this as well. So let's see if we can't combine these, but oh my goodness, that's a lot of enchantments. Okay, so we have more enchantments than I really need, but I do have Power 5, I have Infinity, I have Quick Draw 3, and do I have Power 5, Infinity, Quick Draw, and okay, yeah, I have all of the enchantments that I think I need. So, yeah, and I have a few extras as well. Man, that has a lot of enchantments. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be my bow for the fight, and I'm probably going to do something like this. That way I have access to my sword and my bow. These bows are kind of worthless, so let's throw them over here just so that I can make use of them. And okay, so the Quick Draw enchantment is actually really, really good. So yeah, that's cool. And it seems to be firing 3 arrows at a time because of that Volley enchantment. So this appears to be a pretty nice bow, so that's cool. So the next thing I need to do is I need to find an end portal, and I'm going to do most of this off camera, but let's go ahead and start off by throwing some Eyes of Ender and seeing where they go. So they go this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow these until I eventually get close to an end portal, and then I will be right back. Okay, so it looks like I'm pretty close here. If I throw an ender pearl, it goes down. So let's start digging. I do have a flux board that is capable of digging 7x7. I don't think I'm going to go that crazy. Let's go 3x3 and just dig down from here. Also, I have enchanted this since last episode to have efficiency 5 and fortune 3. That way I should be able to mine quite a bit faster with this thing. And it has paid off so far. Okay, so what did I just get? Okay, something weird. Something that I don't need to worry about. So at some point, hopefully I will find the fortress down here. Okay, we found a wall. So, cool. This is kind of what we're looking for. Let's see if we can't find that portal room now. So I'm exceptionally bad at this. If I struggle to find the portal room for a little while, I will probably cut away and then come back once I find it. Unfortunately, yeah, I've struggled in the past at finding the portal room. So there's a button. Oh my goodness, this just goes down and down and down, doesn't it? I see light down there. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this. That's probably a dead end. And I probably should have labeled this. Okay. That way I know that I dropped in from above. Come on. Okay, what is going on here? So let me get rid of this spawner first off, and then I'm going to kill these guys. Yeah, let's just do that. That makes things easier. Okay, so this actually gives me a little better view of some of what's going on here. Yeah, but I still cannot find exactly where I need to go here. There's another library over there. Let's go check this out. Okay, so I'm not liable to find the portal room over there. Let's try to come back here. And I'm not sure if this is where I came from. I don't think it is. So that's just not... That's actually not super ideal there. Okay, this is where I came from. So let's go up, maybe. Okay. I don't know what he just did to me, but I can't see where... Oh my goodness. Okay, he has an enchantment that kind of makes me struggle to move. I don't want to deal with him. So let's just do that. Okay, so this is just a circle. That's cool. So now I have to deal with him. Okay, I disarmed him, so that's cool. My sword does have a disarming enchantment on it, so that disarmed him, and that was nice. Let's see. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to cut... Oh my goodness, there's another enemy with an enchantment. I think once I... Okay, so actually it might be easier to do this. Oh wow, that really punches him away. Wow. Oh my goodness, and I still don't have the right view here because of whatever enchantment he has on his weapon. Okay, we're back. Oh my goodness. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away until I find the end portal room, because that might be a while. I often struggle with navigating these things. So once I find that room, I will be right back. And I finally found the portal room. It did take a little bit of searching, but eventually I found it. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get rid of some of my trash, because I have a lot of stuff here that I don't need and don't want. I also realized I forgot the materials for my void miner at my main base, but that's not really a problem because I do have my meta transporter system with me, so I can just set that up once I get to the end, or once I get to where I'm going to place my void miner. I can just set that stuff down and then go back and get my stuff. So that's not really that big of an issue. So let's go ahead and better organize this a little bit, I think. So I don't need these doors. The ores might be nice to keep. So yeah, I think that is a good point there. So let's go ahead and dive in here in just a little second. So there we go. I have my bow, I have my arrows that I don't need because I have infinity enchantment on my bow, but I have them anyways. I have a sword that's okay. So let's get this party started. Okay, it's really nice that I can fly here, obviously, so let's... Okay, this bow is going to be really super nice, I think. Yeah, I think this bow's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, I didn't actually think I'd hit that. So yeah, this bow is really, really, really nice. So let me see. How many of these do I have down? I think all of them except the one. I got the other one from the top side. Let's see if we can't get this one from the top side as well. There we go. Cool. Now it's just a matter of killing her. She's not putting up much of a fight, to be honest. Okay, so that was actually one of the shorter Ender Dragon fights I've had in quite a while. So that is actually pretty fantastic. Oh my goodness, that's loud. Oh my goodness, yeah, that was loud. Let's go ahead and get this egg if we can. So where did she go? There she went. Let me see. I do have plenty of space in my inventory here. So let's go ahead and set down this torch, and now we should be able to get that egg. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly in one direction about 1,000 blocks away, and there should start to be some islands and stuff. I don't want to set up my void miner here because the Ender Dragon might kill it. One thing I could do is use this portal over here after killing an Enderman, and that might actually be the better way to do this. That way you don't have to do so much flying. So let me take one of these guys down a peg, give me an Ender Pearl, and then I can use that and throw that into this little portal right here. Cool. That's not cool at all, actually. Apparently I didn't get my throw very well. I did not do a very good throw. So let's actually do this and then get rid of these guys and try that throw again after killing another Enderman. That was sad. Okay, let's see. I didn't get an Ender Pearl, did I? Well, that's unfortunate. I think I got one there. Yes, I did. So let's try this again. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. So that's what I was looking for. Let's see. Can I put it here? I don't really have enough room on this little island to do what I need, because I want to set up a tier 6 void ore miner, or a void miner rather. I don't think that island is quite big enough. This island really isn't either. So this area is interesting. Let me think here. So I don't want to use one of these islands. I want to find something a little bit better. So let's try this over here. I am going to flatten this out a little bit, and then this should be a fine area to work from. So let's set this to be 7 by 7, and then flatten this out just a little bit. I wonder what these blocks are at. Yeah. I don't think I need this, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay, so that should be plenty of area. One thing I am a little bit worried about is in the past I've had issues with if I use teleporters in the end that some of my work doesn't get saved. And what I'm worried about right now is that if I set up a teleporter in the end and then I use it to teleport away, that it won't be saved. And then when I try to... Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. and then when I try to teleport back to the end here, I will die because that teleporter won't exist anymore, or it won't teleport me here. So what I'm going to do is, I actually have my server set up on a different computer, is I'm going to set up my matter transmitter system right now, and then I am going to cut away so that I can go to the other computer and manually save the world, and then I'm going to use a teleporter to teleport back to my main world, or to the overworld rather, and then I can grab my stuff and come back. So let's set this up. Let's get rid of some stuff I don't need, which is quite a bit of this stuff actually. Set up the battery, set up the matter receiver, and what I'm going to do is cut away. I am going to manually save the world. I'm going to teleport back to my main base. I have a modular storage unit with everything I should need for my upcoming build. I'm going to grab that, and then I'm going to teleport back, and I will be back after all of that. So I'm back, and everything seems to have worked as intended, except I did run into one little problem. I thought I had my settings set so that I could actually claim chunks in the end. However, it's not letting me do that, so this setup might not be super usable until I can figure that out. But I'm going to go ahead and set this stuff up anyways. So let's go ahead and unpack some of the stuff for the modular storage unit here. And let's go ahead and set that up over here. So the first thing I want to do is I want to set up a... let's actually set up the void miner first. And so let's grab all of the stuff that we need for that. We need the void miner itself. We need these. The FE inputs. I'm not going to grab the frequency modifiers just yet, but I will grab those in a little bit. The laser cores, laser holders, and then the null modifiers. That might be it. So I have those. I need the 56 panels, I think. Structure panels. I think that should be just about it. So this thing is going to be 8 tall, so I need to keep that in mind. And then I need to kind of get in the middle of this little island here and start building up. So I have 60 of these, so 1, 2. Okay, so that should be where I need this. And the music is kind of eerie here, to be honest. Not gonna lie. So I do have a crystal miner program with me. So let me grab that as well. Yeah, there it is. So let's throw that in there and start to auto build this. Starting auto destructor. So cool. I did have everything plotted all right. So let's go ahead and throw down some torches. That way monsters can't spawn on the structure anyways. And then more torches down here. Oh, that's not where I wanted that. And let's set up my super simple ME system here. And I think I'm going to set it up somewhere over here maybe. So let's grab that stuff. So the first thing I'm going to set down is the ME controller, and then the ME drive. There's actually not going to be too much to this ME system. I do have some covered cable, capacity card. I don't think I'll need the chest, but I have it just in case. Okay, so let's start to set this up. And I want the controller to be, say, right here. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then I can have the ME drive here with the terminal on top. Okay, so what we're going to do now is let me grab these cells. And I grabbed some stuff that I didn't need just yet. So let's throw these cells in here. This is going to be way more storage than this ME system will ever need, but that's okay. And then I am actually going to have this be the item output. So let me swap this block with this block right here. So this will be my one and only item output in this tier 6 void miner. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up an import bus to this. This actually should work. I don't know why, but I feel like I had an issue before with this. But I set this up recently on another void miner and it worked just fine. So yeah, I think a few episodes ago I said that you needed to, or that it was trying to be finicky, and that you needed to have like an item pipe of some sort go into like a chest or some sort of other sorts, and then you could import from there. But this actually should work just fine. And you can actually check that by holding shift while hovering over the item output, and in the upper left hand corner it will show you if it has any items inside its inventory. It can hold 2 different types of items, so once we get this going we should be able to see if that's working like it needs to. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a reactor once again from the mod power. So let's grab those 36 blocks, and I'm going to be setting up one more thing today that I didn't on the last reactor, and that's going to be... Oh, and actually I'm probably going to need to move my ME controller. So I'm going to set this up here, and I may or may not need to move my ME controller 1 block space up. But if I do, I do. If I don't need to, let me... No, I shouldn't need to. That should be because on the reactor, these sides right here are the IO blocks, and so this will be able to give power directly to the ME controller. Okay, so I should have some power conduit here. So let's grab that. I don't have energy conduit with me. Okay, so I'm going to have to do that in the future. But for right now, let's actually get this reactor going. And I'm just going to grab some coal. I'm going to grab some redstone and then some uraninite here. And I'm going to throw a half a stack of each of this stuff in here, so that this can get going. And then I'm going to set up an export bus over here. And I'm going to tell that export bus that it can export these things into the reactor there. And then I need to actually stock those items into the reactor here. But that's not a problem. I do have plenty of them right here. Okay, so let's grab the redstone next. And then some of this. I have a lot of this. I'm just going to load it up with that much for right now. So the last thing I'm going to do with this reactor, let me actually change this to auto mode on. I do want that on. I am going to provide it with ice because that will make it much more efficient and provide much more energy. And I should be able to do that through putting a blast chiller right here. Blast chiller will turn water into ice. And what I'm going to do is set up the input to be from the bottom and the output to the back. It is getting energy directly from the reactor itself, so that works super well if you put it right up against this reactor IO block right here. So underneath, I need to set up a water source. So I can do that pretty easily. So let me get another bucket of water, which I actually do have. So the only thing that I forgot was some power conduit, which is kind of unfortunate. So let's set up the infinite water source block here. Oh, what did I just do? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so all of that should be infinite water source blocks now. So let's set up this aqueous accumulator. It should have water, and we're going to have this advanced mechanical pipe give water to that right there. So I don't have my configurator with me either, so that's unfortunate. So I do need to go back and grab a couple things. I need to grab a configurator and then some energy conduit. I'm going to upgrade this real fast though. I probably don't need to do this, to be honest, because I don't think this will use ice very fast. But this blast chiller would be able to provide a lot of ice if I go ahead and upgrade it like so. So what I'm going to do is I am going to be back once I have a configurator so that I can set up the item pipe, which I just covered, so that this is an output and it will actually give the blast chiller water. And then I also need to grab some energy conduit as well. So once I have all of that, I will be right back. So I am back with everything I should need. So let's go ahead and set up this configurator here. or use the configurator rather, to pull water out and give it to the blast chiller. So as we can see, we are creating ice rather quickly. I do need to set this up to be auto output to the back, and now we have ice in here. And once this reactor fires back up, because it's not actually running right now, the temperature should drop. So the last thing I need to do is provide energy for my void miner here, and we have some ultimate universal cable for that. So let's go ahead and set that up. Okay, as we can see, the ultimate universal cable is getting energy, so that is what I want to see. And what I'm going to do is just run this conduit like so. Okay, so I thought it was getting energy. Maybe it's not. It is. It just dumped it all into the void miner. Okay, cool. So the last thing I want to do with this void miner is I want to give it some frequency upgrades just to make it a little bit faster, because these things are pretty slow with the crystal miner upgrade. So let's go ahead and add some frequency upgrades now, and then I think that will be kind of a good stopping point for the episode. I am going to wait to see if I actually am getting any of the crystals. So let me double check that we still have enough energy for this thing. This reactor should be able to provide enough energy, at least for a while. Let's see how much. Okay, so it's actually running much hotter than I thought it would, and I'm not super sure why, because I am getting the ice, and I'm not really sure why it's not downing the temperature, because it should be. And I've actually done this before. I'm not really sure why that's happening, because if the temperature is lower, it would provide a lot more energy, because right now it's only generating 2.6 thousand forge energy per tick, which is not enough energy to run everything that I need it to run. So let me actually manually shut this off by taking away all of the fuel, and maybe that'll help. Right now my ME system's off because it's not getting enough energy, which is fine by me, because it would be trying to refuel the reactor at this point if it was on. So yeah, am I not getting enough energy? Does this... Okay, it does have some crystals in it. As we can see, it has a nanorite crystal and a litherite crystal. So the reason why I'm setting this up in the end is because that is the only way you can get nanorite crystals, which are the tier 7 variant here. And so hopefully... Yeah, I'm not super sure why that is still super, super hot. Basically, I think that's its max temperature. I'm not really sure why it is its max temperature, because it does have ice. And it should be using the ice. So one thing I'm tempted to do is just rebuild the reactor and start it with the ice in it. And I think that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Because I'm not super sure why it is behaving that way. Because normally it would run a lot cooler than maximum temperature. Okay, so let's turn auto mode on, and then let's reintroduce everything here. Okay, so the temperature is shooting up again. And yeah, that's not what I wanted to see here. Let's see if it stops at any point, or if it just keeps going. It doesn't seem to be using the ice, and I'm not super sure why. Because this should be going down like the redstone and the coal are. Huh. Well, that's kind of unfortunate, because I do kind of need that generating capacity. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pull out those those frequency upgrades here. Because I need this to draw less power, because apparently I can't generate the amount of power that I super need to. I also wonder, one issue might be that I'm using the basic tier of the reactor here rather than a higher tier of the reactor. There are plenty of higher tiers that I could be using. So yeah, I'm using this tier right here, and there are, what, 5 tiers above it. So I've used ice in the nitro reactor before, and it seemed to work just fine. So it might just be that the version of the reactor I'm using here. So that should be giving me enough power here. So what I might go ahead and do is hook this controller up to this conduit over here as well and see if that gets it going. So cool. And let's go ahead and, I didn't mean to do that. Is that import bus actually going to work, or do I need to do something here? Okay, so it says it's online and it's not pulling out. Let me try one more thing here. Maybe you have to import from the bottom. So yeah, that's what my issue was in the past, is you need to put this import bus on the bottom apparently for it to work. So that should be fine now. We should be able to get crystals. Unfortunately, like I said, I don't think I can chunk load this as of right now. I will look into the config files to see if I can't rectify that. But one of the issues with environmental tech and these void miners are that if you want the tier 7 or the tier 8 void, to build the tier 7 or tier 8 void miners, you actually need to have void miners active in the end. And right now it's, at least the mod pack I'm using has config files set up so that you cannot chunk load or claim chunks in the end right now. So I'm going to look into that and see if I can't change that. But I think that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. So in today's episode, I came to the end. I killed the Ender Dragon. I set up this tier 6 void miner, which I have set up to be a crystal miner. And then I set up an ME system with a power reactor to power everything. And in the future, I might want to look into upgrading this reactor because it's not actually super great. But it should provide enough energy anyways for right now for running this void miner without any speed upgrades. So if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to drop a like down below. And if you enjoy watching automation type stuff in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.